Well, yes, indeed. We still have Ben Donyega. He's the member Central Working Committee of PANDEF. He joins us from our Benin studios. Thank you so much indeed for coming on Sunrise Daily this morning. Now, this concerns of renewed hostilities by the Avengers. Why are we derailing to this point where they are threatening to go on bombing facilities? Because the government has asked that we are indeed keeping to our own side of the bargain.
Well, thank you, my brother. As far as government is not keeping to its bargain, because since the past engaged governments, precisely the president, the body language government shows that they are not sincere. Up to this ceasefire for 90 days, kept, in suspense. The promise made by government, they didn't fulfill one of them. By the time you say that we want to farm review, not something like that. So all we see is promise and not implemented. That is why the boys lost confidence in the process of. So it's not we that members of the family, the ones problem. The governments never in their own keep to their own part of the deal. That is the reason why.
But has the government reached any agreement with you?
Government have reached agreements times without number, because we try to maintain peace, interface with our own brothers, with our people, asking them, pleading with them to exercise patience and give government the opportunity to address the key issues in developing in Niger Delta, trying to make sure that people or communities, leaders are engaged in this process. And this whole cause was championed by PANDEF. As a member of the Central Working Committee, it is my imagination that all what we have been working, even a member of the Interministerial Committee on Petroleum, interfacing with NDAs, and also making sure that we bring in a blueprint, prepare a document. But at the end of the day, what we see is stories upon stories. Even the vice president in Ondo State sometime this year, he have to make a pronouncement that the Maritime University will kickstart in this session, September, to be precise. But up to this moment, we have not seen anything done. We are all kept in suspense. And a region of this nature that is key to the critical and bringing up a lot of things to make sure that Nigerian state has the oil to run the economy. A region of this is being undermined. Our leaders have been undermined, youths have been undermined, men, women have been undermined by government. So that is the cause of this whole problem. Yes. Because if you say you are doing a thing and you say these are persons who you are giving responsibility to represent their people, you have a bargain, we have a deal. But at the end of the day, you faltered in your own side of the deal, trying to politicize the whole thing. But what in heaven's sake, when you say you are dialoguing with the people, you should make sure that you come up with a blueprint. You be truthful in your dialogue process. By so doing, the people will now have confidence in you. Since then, how many months have we spent down the drain? How many days will it take you to set up your dialogue team? And for us on our own side, we are fully prepared. The government is not sincere. That is just the bottom line of the whole issue. So if the boys at the end of the day say they have lost confidence in the process, you can't blame PANDEF for it. It's the government that has to be blamed.
Because the government has said that as at now, there's even more developments that are taking place. I mean, the Maritime University you talked about, contractors have been able to move in to continue work there. There's been more power in the area. The amnesty program has been even supported by this government more than any other in the past. Wouldn't you say that your actions, if the boys, as you put it, should begin to go about blowing off facilities, oil facilities in the Niger Delta, in whose best interest will that be?
Well, it's the government that failed in their own part of the deal, because one, the Maritime University, as we speak now, there's nothing is going on in that place there. It's in current case, Baramantu, you are a media man, you are the journalist, you can go and assess things for yourself. There's no job being done in that place there. Everywhere is so docile. It's an idle island. It's like a graveyard. Nobody's there. No infrastructure is ongoing because what it used to be before, that is the state government has left it. So if you say people, you take us for a ride, you take us for granted, we cannot guarantee the peace that we are clamoring for. Because we ourselves, who are even interfacing, mediating on behalf of government, trying to talk to our people that, please, they should exercise some little patience. We are even a kind of a betrayal there. The confidence is no more there. That you can see when Avengers and other groups are saying that, yes, they no more have confidence in Pandef. It's as a result of the government insincerity. That is the reason why these boys are tired. Talking every day without implementation. If you're in our shoes too, even if government is in our shoes, they will say the same thing. Because all what we need is not this series of talking, series of seminars, series of conferences and the rest of all. We need proactive action. Let action take place. By so doing, you will see that this person themselves, they will now say, okay, our people have now been listened to. You can't just, undermine persons like fathers who come from the region, from different ethnic nationality, cut across the 9 states of the Niger Delta, the 6 states of the Niger Delta. You undermine them. People like
apologies, can I just ask you this question?
The rest of them, you undermine them. What are you now telling us to do? You feel that maybe we mean nothing to you, the South mean nothing to you, the Niger Delta mean nothing to you.
Are you open to dialogue?
Pardon?
Are you open to dialogue with the government?
Well, we are not open to dialogue yet. We are talking, but the government in their own side, they are not sincere. If you are dialoguing with the people, you have to make sure that you come out openly and say, look at how we have now prepared. Look at the persons involved in the dialogue process. Government, we are ready. Niger Delta people, where are your people? Of course we are ready. 100% we are ready. But the government is saying we don't know where they are driving at. We neither know where they are going to, nor where they are going to arrive. All what we see is that the entire Niger Delta is being militarized. That is what we see. We didn't see infrastructure, we didn't see development, we didn't see, the Maritime University, the East-West Road, the Coastal Niger Delta Road. We didn't see any of this. So what do you expect from the boys to do? They are fed up with the whole thing. So you cannot blame them when they come up and say they are not going to. We are not advocating that they should go into bombing of a pipeline. But if they are pushed to the wall, we cannot guarantee the safety. That is just the truth.
Youth from communities across Anambra State marching through the streets of Awka with banners carrying various inscriptions. More importantly, they say their march is to drum support for the incumbent governor, Willie Obiano, and his party in the forthcoming elections, and the need to have a credible, free and fair poll. They base their solidarity on the range of achievements of the present administration in security, agriculture and youth empowerment.
Before this time, you can't even do this in Anambra State as far as Awka, the city. You can't even work without being mindful of security. There is security here. We can do this for as long as we want the whole of the day. The whole of today, nobody is going to come shout, go back home, or nobody's going to come spray bullets to make us go back home. So security is key here, and also the people, the masses are also enjoying from the largesse of the governor as far as paying salaries on time and all that. There is work for people to do. Agriculture is experiencing a major boost here in Anambra State. So all this is put together is the reason why we're asking for continuity.
Also adding his voice on the need for the youth to actively participate in the November 18th election, protect their votes, and eschew violence during and after the election, The president of Akpokwe fan club and special advisor to the governor on political matters, Chika Ekwenugo, claims rigging will not be allowed in the state.
We are not going to voting criminals, we're not going to voting mediocres, we're not going to voting kidnappers, we're here to voting goodwill, we're here to voting continuity, we're here to voting what Anambra was prayed and labored for.
As these youth carry their no violence campaign across the 326 wards and polling units, election monitors are of high expectation that all stakeholders will indeed work together to accomplish a violent-free process in Anambra State.
Is listening. When I tell you that Nigerians are insincere people, you must believe me. There is something dishonest, a people that is incapable of human development and civilization. Once you are a zoo, monkey or baboon, you must live your life in infamy because you are a Nigerian. Yoruba man has spoken. Nigerians are not sincere. As I didn't tell you before. He's a Nigerian, no? He's telling you that their people are not sincere. Did I not tell you before that they are not sincere? You want to know what is insincerity? I will give it to you the way it is. Because the zoo is patently evil. Nigeria is evil. Do you know how much they stole? 400 billion pounds is in Europe, is in Asia, according to UK group. Ocean Zoo, the amount of money they steal will start off a tsunami. 400 billion, very close to $1 trillion, an amount of money that can build second Niger bridge, pay for free education for every child, make sure that all roads are built, you have running water, you have electricity, your university is funded. 400 billion pounds stolen by the monkeys, and blame it on these people. You have 400 billion pounds stashed in 3 continents. They are the elite. These are the people that America wants to give weapons to. The world must hang itself in shame. The whole world must be ashamed of itself. You want to give guns to people. You want to give jet fighters to people. You want to give aircraft to people who are complicit in the impoverishment of their own people. These are the people responsible for the impoverishment in Africa, the poverty in Africa, the premature death, the hunger, the disease that they are suffering from. These are the people you want to sell guns to. You want to sell guns to somebody who has gone out to bank 400 billion pounds. $1, not naira. I said pounds. 400 billion. This news is being reported by white people, the UK group, they call them. Now you understand why they want the zoo to be one. Now you know why they want one Nigeria. Because the so-called Nigerian politicians, they steal all the money meant for your child's education, the money meant to give you soft loan to develop your small business, the money designed to make sure that rice is grown locally, the money that should make sure that Nkalago cement factory is working, Golden Guinea Omo working, ceramics, Aba textile mill, Mbise paint and resin, Ezinati clay factory. All the money meant for all these capital projects, they are now overseas in people's private accounts. Some of you cannot go to hospital. These are the people responsible for it. They are called the elite. They are called politicians. They are called governors. They are called senators. They are called House of Reps members. They are called House of Assembly members. They are called local government chairmen. How much have they stolen? 400 billion pounds. If you go inside the sea and say 400 billion, tsunami, earthquake, tsunami will start. That is serious money. Nearly $700 billion, very close to $1 trillion. More than the budget of